Hello everybody, welcome to the E90 car channel. In this video you're gonna see how you're gonna unlock the power within 30 seconds and have all the power from N52 available for you for racing or anything else. You don't have to do anything else on the car to make that kind of power. And you will be amazed, and you can do this on your car, on your E90 right away. So there's no gimmick, there's no clickbait. This is the real deal. Here's a secret. All you need to do to make more power on your naturally aspirated inline 6 E90 is disconnect the SC unit. See that? It takes you 30 seconds to do that. Just pull this cover. So I took the cover off. Take the cover off. Pull this thing up. And just leave it like that. So what you did now, what I did here, is I disconnected the ABS computer and stability control computer. What happens now when the engine computer and transmission computer, if you have automatic, when it doesn't get any torque reduction signal from this, it's going to provide the full power of the engine and best shifting. Alright, so I disconnected this. So you're going to have a bunch of warning lights on the dashboard that the ABS is not working, that the dynamic stability control is not working, that the speedometer is not working. But that doesn't matter if you're racing, you know, who cares about that? All you want is power instantly. And then how come when I disconnect this, the engine is going to have more power? Basically what this thing does is sends the signal, sends the vehicle stability signal to engine computer, in this case MSV80.1, to reduce the power. Every time you accelerate, even if you don't break the traction, it sends a torque reduction signal to the engine computer to reduce the power. And also what it does, it applies brakes individually on depending on what wheel. In a way, this sends a signal to the engine computer to reduce power somewhere and to reduce torque. And it's always doing that, even if you press that button on the dashboard. So what I'm trying to say is that when you hold the DTC button for 10 seconds, all that's going to do is going to remove the traction control for the rear wheels. You still going to have DSC computer sending power reduction signal to the engine computer. So you're still going to have the stability control, and what that does is that DSC unit will still be applying brakes to the wheels when you're accelerating or going in a corner to keep the car stabilized, and that's going to reduce the power. It's always going to reduce some kind of a power, and there's nothing you can do about it except you can unplug this, and what that does, engine computer is going to go in full power mode, and the transmission computer is going to go into most aggressive transmission program for shifting in sport. Try that, do that, especially if you have automatic, and go for a test drive. And you're gonna notice right away more power. Like, what the hell's going on? Way more power from the engine. So that's the secret right there. Nobody else showed this, and I'm telling you this. Also, what it can do, if you live in a clean environment where there's not a lot of dust in the air and you want to race for that day, you can just remove the filter. Keep the stock air box here. See, it gets the cold air from outside, actually ram air in this case, old stock air induction system. Goes through here, you remove the filter, it reduces some of the drag on the intake, or some of the resistance, some of the restriction. BMW calls for 5W30 oil That's because they want the dynamic range of the oil. So to cover the extremely cold temperatures and hot temperatures like Florida or Arizona. So if you live in one of the colder areas, you can actually run thinner oil, 0W20, and get even a little bit more power that way. You run thinner oil, you get the air filter out of here, you disconnect this stability computer, you got the interior, and you're gonna have a racer like instantly without spending any money. I went to even further testing, experimenting with everything, but what I'm going to show you what kind of codes you're going to get when you disconnect the DSC module. On the engine side, you're going to get CD98 code, and look what it says, torque request from DSC, which means that it's not getting the signal from DSC module for the torque, what kind of power to put the engine in. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna put the engine in the maximum power possible and maximum torque. That's what I'm talking about. And then when you go scroll down to the code that's gonna be on the transmission, CF19, you're gonna get that code on the transmission. It's wheel torque request. So the transmission is not getting what kind of torque to apply in itself, and because it's not getting that a message, it's going to apply the maximum amount of power and torque to the differential from the engine through the transmission to the differential. So that's the secret right there. As you can see right here, I gutted my E90 328i 2010 328i. So that's another modification that you can do. You can just get the weight out of the vehicle, and you're gonna have more power to weight ratio and more power. So in this one, what I have is N52B30. Actually, it's not N52, it's N51, but doesn't matter. So I got the headers on there, and I didn't even flash the computer. I still have it stock, so it doesn't bother. It's the computer's not going to reduce the power of the engine. There are many grifters or scammers online offering you tunes for the MSV80, MSV70, and then you spend all that money and you still don't get the power. So here in this video, I just provided you free information and free power that you can do, and don't spend your money with one of these guys, one of these companies. I think the name is 22RD, RPD or something like that. What a joke, man. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thumbs up if you like it, and I'll reveal more secret next time.